This is the Political Brown Kid, and I just did a video a while ago, well, earlier, about the BET Awards, and now I'm going to do a video about the election coming up because both of the video I did on the BET Awards, it kind of ties into this one because seeing Kamala Harris come on the BET Awards after being absent, she didn't appear on the BET Awards in the past 4 years. Where have you been? Where have you been? But now, because it's an election cycle, notice how these politicians are, they're just horrendous. They pop up for every election. They do nothing for 4 years, nothing for your agenda, should I say, for 4 years. And then they pop up in the year 4 when they want to vote. And then they come to you, and then all they have to do to black people, and this is why I keep saying it, black people get mad at me for saying it, but it's the truth. I understand why black people have been enslaved and oppressed for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And when I say thousands, I'm going back to the Egyptian time, and I'm going back to the Hebrew time. I'm going back. I understand it. I understand it. I'm not trying to say I agree with it. I understand it. If you can allow someone to just give you some fried chicken and bring out DJ Kid Capri or D Nice, play you some music, and then shake your hand, and then attend a church with you, attend your black church and sing Negro spirituals with you, as Joe Biden and Kamala Harris did about a month or so ago, and if that's all it takes to get your vote, is for them to hire people like, notice when Barack Obama ran, the only person that Barack respected, well, he said, I need Jay-Z and Beyonce. He had Jay-Z, Beyonce, Diddy, and a few other rappers, and all these rappers and actors stepped for, the Democrats. They did for, and when they're looking to target the black vote, when they're looking for black leadership, they go to people like 50 Cent and Jay-Z and them. People, and you're like, who are these people? Even young Jeezy had tried to get it. Like, here's this Negro has just been a degenerate his entire life. He's ignorant, uneducated, and then promotes nothing but foolishness. And I'm talking about Jeezy, in addition to Jay-Z. Jay-Z, the same person. And yet now they decide they want to wear a suit and tie and be clean cut. And they want to talk about now they're philanthropists and all of this other stuff. And now they become your black leaders. Now I see Birdman trying to get into this. Got a tattoo on his face, looks like a fool. I can look at him and tell he's a felon. He walked down the street and was walking towards me. I could look and tell he's a felon. There's nothing refined about Birdman. And now he's trying to get into flex his quote unquote power. This is how we're respected. But when they look at when the White House invites tech companies, when they're trying to do something big, they call Mark Zuckerberg. They don't look to Eddie Van Halen or look to Mick Jagger. They don't look to white entertainers for a vote or for for uplifting and encouraging their people. They look towards respectable people. But black people fall for this all the time. And Kamala Harris appearing on the BET Awards, it really has set me off because the bottom line is, where's the conversation about reparations? And mind you, I'm going to even go back to Barack Obama. What people fail to understand is this. Barack Obama, and people want to talk about, well, he's the first black president. He can't do anything. He got to walk on eggshells. Listen, if you're the president of the free world, you have to understand the president of the United States of America might as well be the president of the whole entire world because America makes everything run. We make NATO run. We make every country comes to us for advice or for military assistance. This is the most powerful country in the world. And the White House is the most powerful seat on planet Earth. And when you see white people get into office, when you see George Bush get in, and George Bush he don't even have that much common sense. I'm talking about George W., the little George Bush. They stacked the White House with their friends. They stacked the White House with all white people. Donald Trump, once again, another person, very little common. We know he doesn't have any ethics or morals, very little common sense, not totally bright. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But when he got in the White House, his whole intern cabinet or his whole cabinet was white. When they took that picture on the lawn in front, when they take these pictures, White House staffing pictures, that whole thing was white. You don't hear them making excuses or being afraid to say, yeah, my staff is white, so what? I don't care. They keep it moving. They don't have a problem doing whatever it is they need to do. So when Barack Obama gets elected, I understand, but listen, he's going to be president for at least 4 years. Don't worry about the other 4. Do what you have to do. The very first 4 years that he was elected, why didn't he push through reparations? You had control of both the House and the Senate. He had control of both houses, and you're the president. So all they had to do was pass reparations. He worked hard to get the Affordable Care Act passed. Where was the talk on reparations? Where was the black conversation? The only thing Barack Obama did was create some My Brother's Keeper program, which was the dumbest program. Once again, they always turn black men into victims. The My Brother's Keeper program targeted black and Latino men who were felons to try to help them get mentorship and get back into society. Well, where's the program that helps black middle class black men create businesses to uplift their community? If you're going to give somebody some money, give it to somebody who can at least do something with it, who's at least responsible. That's like if I had 2 kids. If I had 2 kids and I know one kid is horrible with money and is just going to go out and buy a whole bunch of Snicker bars and candy with it, and the other kid is going to put it into their bank account and going to invest it, which kid am I going to continually give money to? You have to look at it that way. They just create programs to make black people victims and to keep you down. There was no program. Barack nor Biden. I'm not just beating up on Barack, but when you look at Biden, why didn't he get on his bully pulpit as Trump? Trump used the bully pulpit. He used the bully pulpit to influence the stock market, to influence, whatever it is that he wanted to influence. But you don't see Biden using the bully pulpit to say, why aren't black businesses, being patronized by white people? We need to do more to patronize, make it where, reciprocal. They support our businesses. We need to support theirs. Why aren't venture capitalists and angel investors giving money to black businesses, for these black tech companies? Where's their angel funding at? We're funding, all of the, like 99% of all of the angel investing and all of the venture capital goes to white-owned businesses, tech businesses. Where's the money for the black businesses? They don't do any of this stuff. Any stuff that can create generational wealth for us, they don't do it. So my whole point is this. If all you're going to do is wait for every 4 years for Kamala Harris to come out on television and start trying to talk like she's down and she's cool, knowing dang on well she's going home to a white man to play around in the bedroom and call him master or do whatever it is they do, and she's not married to a black man, she's hanging out with white people, but yet then when it comes to election time, she's the one responsible to galvanize the black vote and attend every BET Awards. Next she'll be at the Source Awards, I guess. And yet, once you give them your vote, then they go right back to being the absentee parent or absentee boss leader that they typically are. They don't put your issues on the table. They go back to, notice, here's the other thing too. Notice, they didn't start cleaning up immigration until year 4. Biden and Kamala Harris have been in the White House since 2021? They got elected, they won the election in 2020, November 2020, and then they took office, January 2021. Where was the conversation then for them to say, okay, we're getting rid of all of these illegal immigrants. We're not going to burden the cities, with illegal immigrants. No, they allowed all of the Latinos to come in the country. And mind you, it wasn't just Latinos. You got immigrants coming from Canada and coming from China and coming from Europe, but the bulk of the immigrants are coming from Mexico. So they allow the Mexicans to stay, the Latinos to stay. Then now they're trying to create a program where any undocumented immigrant can stay here. They're trying to create that program. So once again, Latinos are winning. Barack put Sotomayor on the Supreme Court. They do everything for Latinos, for gays, and even for black women. Where's the stuff for black people in general? Where's the stuff for black people in general? And specifically, more specifically for black men, there's nothing. They haven't given you anything. And so once again, I'm trying to say, black people, are we united or are we not united? If you're gonna, the one thing that I would highly recommend doing, and this is why I'm recommending it, is you have to throw an election. You have to at some point say, these people have disrespected me for so long, and I'm tired of it. So until I'm going to throw this election, and if Donald Trump wins, oh well, we'll just be in hell for the next 4 years. But you're going to, but I guarantee you, when 2028 come around, you're going to respect my, the issues that I care about. Reparations being one. Building black businesses being another thing. And we can go on and on and on down the list. We can talk about gun control, because there's definitely a problem with gun control and gun violence in all communities, but it's impacting our communities more so. But we need to, at some point in time, let the elections go, let these white people lose. And when I say white people, I'm talking about these white liberals. Let them lose, and then they'll come to their senses in 2028. The world's not going to end. Donald Trump was president before. He ran the government for 4 years. We're all still here. The continent and the country is still here. Let them have it again for another 4 years. And let's see how Joe Biden and them feel then. Because I can guarantee you, Joe Biden already has an agenda up his sleeve. If he gets the election, what he's going to do is he's going to quit. People don't realize this. I've been saying this for a long time. What Joe Biden plans on doing is, if he wins the election again, he's probably going to hold office for maybe another 2 years. And then in 2026 or 2026, he's going to resign, because he's going to want to make Kamala Harris the first black female president. That's what these Democrats do. And she's not going to do a darn thing for y'all. Or this is what's going to happen. It's going to happen either way, because if they lose in November, he's going to immediately step down in November or December. He'll probably step down at the end of November and let her become officially president from December all the way up until Trump is inaugurated. He's stepping down either way. So she's going to get her presidency either way. She's either going to get the 1 month presidency, or she's going to get the 2-year presidency if he gets reelected. But she benefits. How does that? And I don't know how black women can sit up here and be like, yeah, that's why I'm going to vote for them. Well, how do you benefit? Just because you saw a black woman, and that's just like me getting happy that Deion Sanders is now the head coach of Colorado, the University of Colorado. How does that benefit me? Deion already has enough money. He lives a fantastic lifestyle. He didn't need the job anyway. He was rich and he's in the Hall of Fame. I don't care about Deion. I would have cared more if he stayed at was it Jackson State, whatever school that he was at the HBCU, because that uplifts other black kids that are going to that program. It uplifts that black program. It uplifts that black HBCU. That's what I care about. I don't care about Kamala's personal success. Trust me, we're going to have a black woman make history. Let's have the right black woman make history. That's what I care about. And what I don't care about right now is watching a bunch of white liberals such as Bill Maher, and y'all know I talk about Bill Maher all the time. These white liberals, as soon as you start talking about reparations, they start saying, well, that's unpopular. No one wants that. Okay, well, no one wanted to go to war in Afghanistan or Iraq, but it still happened. And the country dealt with it, and everybody was just fine. No one wants their taxes raises, but it gets raised, and we still go forward. There's a lot of people that don't like the student loan debt repayment program or the debt write-off program, but we take it with a grain of salt and we move forward. So why can't we tell these white people, you're just going to have to suffer through reparations? So what? But I'm telling y'all, black people, throw this election. This election is not for us. To watch an 81-year-old and a 78-year-old man try to run the country for another 4 years. It's not for us. Sit this one out. So once again, this is the Political Brown Kid. I'm out of here.